Pussy Made Gaming here, and I'm finna get ready to go to the gym, man. So I got to do this video real quick for y'all. Um, what I wanted to talk about today was how presentation could be affected by the Frostbite engine, um, and also I want to give a quick note because I'm going to post a link in the description that they are doing another UFC and NBA Live is coming back this fall. If you look at the link in the description, Madden, EA talks about their lineup for the 18 series of games. Best believe I'm gonna be on top of all of that. But what I wanted to talk about today, I want to continue the chapter in that as far as Madden and talk about how the Frostbite engine and could affect presentation in a positive way. Presentation in Madden has been lacking very seriously. We hold NFL 2K5 to very high standards because of its presentation was awesome. You had the halftime show, which was phenomenal. You had the pregame show and a postgame show. And even in NCAA 14, they would do breakaways to show stats and stuff like that from other games in real time. That was awesome. And then you get to Madden, and it's like, WTF, man? What's going on? You know, EA, you're gonna have to do better. You're gonna have to give people what they want. If EA prides itself on presentation, you have a freaking contract with ESPN. Use that, man. If I'm 2K did a better job at presentation than Madden, and that was 10 years ago. And it's sad because there's so much potential there. Like I said, I understand that it would cost a lot of money for them to get other networks on board and stuff with their commentators and stuff like that. But imagine a Madden experience where you had that. I know that they are limited to the software, the hardware, as well as the engine. But with the Frostbite engine, we could finally see that depth. And the fact that the game is only coming out on next generation consoles, we could actually see the depth that we've been waiting on. Not only that, but with Project Scorpio and the PlayStation 4 Pro, what EA can do is actually make two different versions of those games to where it's deeper on the Pro and the Xbox Project Scorpio because those games are more powerful and they're able to do more things. So, like I said in earlier videos, picture a Madden in franchise mode where you're playing a game one week is on NFL Network with their commentators, their whole presentation scheme. Then next week you're on Monday Night Football, ESPN with their presentation, Thursday Night Football, NFL Network, CBS, Fox. Imagine a franchise mode where you're playing games on different. That takes all of the. It takes away the repetition that you see as far as presentation. And with something like that in franchise mode, and even in the story mode, that is going to elevate Madden to unheard of levels. And if there's any room for a football game ever coming out again in the NFL, crushed with that right there. That one move right there will make Madden the number one selling sports game ever. Ever. I'm going out on a limb and saying ever. Better selling than NBA 2K17. Y'all gonna hear some dislikes on that one, man. But I'm just saying that they have the potential to do that if they do those things. If they take note. And I don't think it's a single person out there who loves the game of Madden and who plays franchise mode that would be opposed to that. You're sitting there right now thinking about that. Dang, that would be awesome as heck, man. We got a game and we playing on Fox, and you have the Fox presentation, the Fox halftime shows. Then you have a game that's on ESPN. You have that whole presentation. You have a game on CBS with that presentation. The game on NFL Network, that presentation. And I know people saying, well, that's a lot to do on a game, but no, it's not. When you have the Frostbite engine and you only have this game on next gen consoles, as powerful as they are, it's not too much. I'm serious, it's not too much. NHL does it in a way. It's not too much. That would truly make me happy as presentation wise. It's because the halftime show in 17 was lame. It was lame. It was a rewash of what they had previously. It was nothing new. And we got a new halftime show. No, dude, that's not new. That's recycled. Not only that, but it's even worse. And it's lazy. I understand. It seems as if Madden is losing sight of its connected franchise mode. Because they're focusing so much on draft champions and Madden Ultimate Team. And what's beginning to happen is, yeah, you may be bringing in another audience and you may be bringing in money. Like, I'm not a big fan of microtransactions. I hate them. And to me, EA, you losing your identity with Ultimate Team and with Draft Champions, because you're getting so caught up with the extra revenue that it's bringing in that you're neglecting your fan base that got you to where you're at right now, and that's the people who fell in love with franchise mode and who fell in love with the my player mode and stuff like that, or the story mode for being able to control a single player. You're forgetting that, and I hope that this is the year that they remember us, remember your foundation that got you to where you're at, and give us an awesome, unforgettable experience in franchise mode. Because to be honest with you, with draft champions and Madden Ultimate Team, I mean, what can you add to it? I'm sure there's stuff that you can improve, but instead of improving on that, improve on the gameplay and the presentation in your games. Make franchise mode one of the deepest ever. Give yourself something to build on, and don't hold back just because, oh, well, we got the contract for some years, so, we'll just give them a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Don't do that, man. Please don't do that. I mean, people are buying your games, and people, to want a football game and that's the only one on the market. Don't take advantage of that, man, because you have people that really care about the games. Um, Gaming has done a lot for me. I don't play games to be, oh, I'm playing a game. No, man, I grew up playing video games. Um, me and my brother, we played franchise modes together and all kinds of stuff. And as you know, my brother passed away at the age of 22 in a single car accident. And to me, you know, every time that I see something in a game that me and him used to talk about, man, we wish that we had this in the game, wish that we had that in the game, and then they end up coming out with it. It's it's soothing to me, man, because I'm like, man, I wish my brother was here to see this. We used to talk about this all the time, and even some of the stuff that I'm talking about now is stuff that we used to talk about in the games. Um, and so to me, it's more than just a game. I mean, it's a passion. I love it. And when you have somebody that loves playing video games, especially sports games, like that I've played college football and stuff like that, and he did too. He played college football. He even ran track in college, and being able to have that experience, that's awesome. And when you have money get in the way of that, and where a company gets greedy, or it seems that they're getting greedy, going more towards the game modes that bring them the most money, it's heartening. It's disheartening, man. And I really hope that EA gets on board this year and does a phenomenal job, because I want to support EA Sports. Um, I want to support any game developer that's going to give people what they want, not just EA Sports. I've just grew up on EA Sports, and I really would like for them to do well. You have no excuse not to put out a great game. You have a good engine. It's on next gen consoles. You have all the legal rights. Give the people what they want. Why settle for just being the number one football franchise? Excuse me. When it ain't no more football franchises out there, why not have a sticker on your game that says the number one selling sports franchise game? Wouldn't you like to put that on there? Because with this new engine, you could very well do that. Wouldn't you like to take back the reins of the number one NBA selling franchise? You could do that with NBA Live 18 if you give people what they are asking for. Now, can you please everybody? No, it's impossible to please everybody. But you can put stuff in the game that would please everybody. And with Madden, I say that presentation can go a extremely long way and add so much replayability, because yeah, you see, it's time for a new Madden to come out, and you don't really see a whole lot of people still doing franchise modes and stuff. I do myself because that's my favorite mode. But you do see a lot of people still doing draft champions and things like that, because that's ever changing. You want that same element in franchise mode. I want to be able to play 10, 12, 20 seasons in franchise mode without ever starting over and stuff like that, just simply because of the depth of it. So the Frostbite engine can prove very, very well for Madden in franchise mode as far as presentation, if they utilize it properly. And I'm hoping that they will. Like I said, I'm gonna stay up to date every day. I'm looking, y'all, for new information on what's gonna be out there. I would really appreciate a like. I would really appreciate a subscribe. Hit the notifications button so that whenever I do post, you'll be one of the first ones to know. I really appreciate y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all's time, and I promise you I'm going to give y'all more content, more than just Madden. So any games that y'all want to hear about, man, leave a comment. Let me know, and I'm gonna cover those games. I'm trying to see what y'all want as far as my fan base, as far as what games y'all are interested in and what stuff that y'all want to know, so that I can bring y'all that information. So till next time, y'all, and be blessed.